What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Bona Fide Bullshit, the podcast.
Hey, Eli.
Yes.
What episode are we on?
33.
Someone did their research.
Yeah, 33, only because I spent all last week tripping making sure that I put 32 instead of 33. It is also, our Scottie Pippen episode. So, yeah.
I know, he's number 33.
Number 33. For those of you guys who don't know
one
us.
of my faves. I think I brushed up against his arm at some point.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know us, I'm Eli, and this is Angelica, and you are now locked into the Bona Fide Bullshit podcast. And as you can see, regionally speaking, we must be from the Chicagoland area. If we love us some Scottie Pippen, the best number 2 in all of basketball. Yeah, I called him number 2 because you know who's number 1.
MJ.
The GOAT.
The MJ.
Jordan.
So we hope that everyone had a good Father's Day this weekend.
I hope you guys did.
How was your Father's Day?
I had a great Father's Day. Honestly,
did you?
I had a straight up. It was a really great Father's Day. Real low key, real simple. I mean, we had an awesome lunch, and then we ate an awesome dinner, and then we got to do the family thing on Sunday as well. So it was a great mixture. Real chill.
You want to talk about the little cologne that you got that you're oh so bougie for now?
Yes, that is right. I have secured the YSL.
Oh my God, it's
the
ridiculous.
YSL is secured and in my possession, and it's just something like
As you get older.
No, I used to wear cologne a lot. Then I stopped, and then it was like, man, I smelled the YSL one before. I was like, man, I really dig this cologne, but I don't know if I'm gonna get back to the swing of cologne and using it and. It's just something, just like another level. It's like when you put a nice watch on, or you put a nice pair of glasses. It's just another something extra.
I get that, I guess. It's just, after we had our second, I really fell off of colognes and scents because while I was pregnant, women know like shit just gets weird. And the one thing I hated was the smell of his cologne. I could not stand it.
One I used before. Yeah.
It made me nauseous.
I wore that one from like fucking.
Since I've met you.
Yeah, from like 2003, 2004, all the way to like 12, 13. I wore that particular cologne that I still don't share with people. It was one of my favorites.
It's Periolis.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah,
I did it. Oh. It's red.
Yeah,
the bottle, the whole thing is gray and red.
Doesn't matter.
That's it.
You gotta come there like that. So.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so...
there it is. Secret exposed. Wasn't that exciting?
It is, and you just kind of like, still don't know. But, again, like I said, I was a big cologne user, and I'm happy to use it again. And YSL, there's just something about it smells real good, and you just feel good. I may not afford their belts, their shirts, and their other stuff, but I definitely dig their cologne, so...
Yep, yeah.
Cologne, the thing, now I'm saying that, like, designer brands, like... A YSL t-shirt that literally says YSL with all white with the letters in black is like $600-700. I couldn't fathom paying that for a fucking t-shirt.
No, that's insane.
Super fucking
honestly.
insane.
And I know you've always liked cologne and you've been talking about it for like, I don't know, a while now. So I was like, it's the time.
The cologne I could do. There's certain things to me where the price values for what it is. When you look and you're just like, nah, fuck out of here, I could get that. Nah, fuck that, I could get that at that price. And why would I pay for that? Like, again, like I said, a t-shirt, a basic white t-shirt with the Y. So it's just like, there's people out there to buy it, but yeah.
That's a lot. So, but I was thinking, so when we went out for Father's Day, for lunch we just went to Cooper's Hawk. But we were talking to the waiter a lot there. He was a lot. He was super chatty. But he was really nice.
So much stuff.
I mean, it's so much better having a waiter like that as opposed to a waiter who obviously is just so unhappy or, waiter or waitress or whatever. So he was awesome. But anyways, at some point he had said like, oh.
Like a dinner waiter? A dinner waitress?
Who?
She warmed up towards the end.
Yeah.
I think we got there early and she probably was still
maybe shaking off the day or something like that.
Yeah, closed out with not a bang, but
she was okay. I mean, you want a tip as a waiter, as a food service, you want a tip, right? Yeah. So, but anyway, be
more nice tip.
Yeah, at Cooper's Hawk, the guy was like, I don't know, we were just having conversation, and I think we were like cleaning up the plates and kind of handing it to him and stuff like that. And he's like, were you guys, ever worked in the food service or whatever? What? Why?
One sec. At first, I took offense because
He took super offense to it as if it was a racial thing,
No,
and
no,
I
no,
didn't
no.
take it like that.
No.
Yes, you did.
Not like it's a racial thing. I was
Yes,
just like,
you did.
What do you think? Because I'm Latin, that I gotta have some type of like kitchen staff. And he goes, "Hey, you got any
That's racial.
kitchen staff experience?"
Like literally, what
No,
you said is racial.
I didn't find it racist. I just found that he was being a little prejudiced.
But it
or
has to be
stereotypical. Stereotypical would be like,
Oh my God.
"Hey, you look Latin. You look like you might have know your way around a dishwashing kitchen." You know what I mean? Like. And again, and I didn't get like upset. I just laughed because when he said it, it was like I think he might have caught himself too because he kind of stuttered a bit because I was just like, "The fuck."
I don't think so, honestly. Like, I didn't take it that way at all. And I think maybe you took it that way because you've never worked in the food service. And, like, you're the one being stereotypical, thinking that it's all, like, a lot of Latin-based. But, like, I worked in food service. I'm not saying I was a chef or a cook, obviously. But, you know, I was a waitress. I worked at a bar at some point, waitressing. So, you know, I do know how it is to like serve food and waitress and do all that and like the hustle and stuff like that.
And I have friends that have, and that definitely is a hustle. It's something that you respect a lot, and you always try to tip to the right tip amount. Which
Yeah, and so you know, all
That is
the
a funny
waiters
story.
/ waitresses are not just Latin. It's of every
walk of life. Yeah,
every ethnicity. So anyways, you were like offense, but my thought was, you know, wow, like when he said that, I was like, I did. I worked at this Latin restaurant with amazing food. That was one of, I don't know, my jobs in college. And then I worked at a bar waitressing, worked at a couple bars waitressing. And then it got me thinking, God, I've had so many different jobs, like from the food
Now, hold
service.
on. Now, just to let everybody know out there, the reason that he brought that particular question was because every time he came, we would help him out, pass things back to him, or I would leech. And it's just that's typical nature. We've never gone out and act like fucking dick bags and been like, "Oh, I'm sitting here, you pick up the plate, you grab the cup." No matter if it's a fancy restaurant or a basic restaurant. Like, so every time we come, he's like, "Oh, you, thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you for having my back." And it was just like, I'm making your shit easier.
Yeah, he
You know
kept
what I mean?
saying, "Oh, thanks for having my back," and it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels like normal, you know, adult, respectful behavior.
No matter what I pay, I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna just be like, "Oh, yeah, good."
Right. But yeah, so I was thinking like, you know, I've had so many jobs, all, you know, and every different job has taught me something different. Like from, I don't know what your first job was, and I asked this on the page. And speaking of, I wanted to see what else other people
So while you
said.
look that up, so my first job actually was through my high school. No, I take that back. Yeah, that was my first consistent job because my mom was able many years before high school. She had this hookup at this place that did printing, and they would need people for once a month, and they didn't care that I was underage. So I would go, man, fucking make $60-$70 working a day. She would call me off of school, and I'd go work and buy fucking wrestling shirts and shit like that. But then my first full-time, like, rolling in, and it was a full part-time job that was legit, it was called after school help at my high school with the maintenance department. So basically what you did is when school let out, I would go down to the maintenance department. They let me know, okay, cool, here's your trash can. You empty all the lockers, have like the locker fire extinguisher and the locker trash can below it. Empty that all out, wipe anything down in front, make sure there's no stains. And it was like for like 2 hours, 3 hours, empty
There's
the
a
trash
handful
out.
of responses here that are pretty funny.
Yeah, and call it a day. So, I remember it was $4.15 an hour.
Yep.
And then when I got my first couple checks, I was like, man, I'm like, this is bullshit. And then I was like, well, I'm only a couple hours a day because it's part-time, it's not high school. And then that just kind of fluttered out and ended up being what it was. But that was my first time. That was the first job, yeah.
See, yeah, my first job was at one of those like mall kiosks that would just like sit in the middle.
Can I clean your kicks? Can I clean your
Yeah,
kicks?
so...
Yo, how about them shoes? How you want to shine them up, boss?
Yeah, so you know, if you know
Wait, or was it, hey, look at here, look at your skin, let me see, let me rub
it was very similar to that. So
those two booths are always vicious in the mall.
So this is probably why, like, when people are like that, like when we go to Woodfield or something like that, or even like every time I go to Las Vegas, there's people like that as well. But like, you know, I try to be as nice as I can. I'll be like, no, thank you, and I like smile and make a little conversation, and then just say no. But I think it's because my first job was that, and that was me. And granted, you know, I was young. I was really young, maybe, I don't know, 16 or something like that. But anyway,
what are you slinging?
It was a booth in the middle of the mall, and it was like these little like nail things. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a square. And each
Oh,
side...
that's when you buff the nail?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Each side had like a different thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it'll clean your nail,
Yeah.
it'll buff them out.
So like first one, like you file it. And the second one, you like buff it. And the third one, you like shine it. And then all of a sudden your nail look like all pretty. But anyways, I had to like sling that shit. And I didn't know what I was doing. First of all, I was 16. Like, I'm not a saleswoman. I barely even know how to fucking talk to people at that point, obviously. You know, and then you're talking to strangers trying to sell this thing that's like, okay, here, this is what you do, and then boom, you know?
See, the thing
that was the thing then.
Yeah, the thing is, I remember dropping off mixtapes at the Hip Mall, and that, again, kiosk, it was a mix stand, and I would take my DJ mixtapes and drop them off on consignment. And a couple other malls, too, outside on the south side, and that kiosk was there, and I remember I was with my crew. This has to be like 04, 05, and the girl, again, they hire girls. They're like, oh yeah, she's like, oh, you guys want to trust me to clean your nails? And we're like, she's trying to get us to buy it, and we're just there trying to holler. And I'll never forget that whole nail thing, because one of my guys from my crew got it, and they're like, for some reason, do you know anything about it? Like, he felt like a couple days later, like it didn't work. It wasn't what it was when you were at the booth. Like, yeah,
I think you would have to like redo it. Like, it doesn't obviously last for a long time.
Yeah, he was like, what the fuck? That's just some bullshit.
And I remember getting my paychecks, and they were like nothing, you know, because it was commission based. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, nothing. So
yeah, I laugh now because, like I said, like I mean, the reference, like you going out, you see the dudes doing the gym shoes to clean your gym shoes, and you always see the form of some European. It's like, you skin, look, come here, oh, beautiful. I always put like a serious face, and I'm like,
yeah. And I'll be like, no thanks, you know. Yeah. And it's because of that. I'm like, oh, these people, you know, whether they're young kids or like adults doing it, I'm like, you know, the struggle is real.
It is, but I think, you know what?
It's not easy to do that kind of stuff. It's
you know
really
what gets to me? Like the delivery sometimes. When it's like, yo, no, come here, let me. And if sometimes they get hands or something getting in your space, like, man, get the fuck out of my face. That's like, I remember going to the shopping at like Foot Locker during the peak of like Foot Locker. I mean, it's not still big, but like when you go in there and they be on your ass, you're like, I'm just looking. Like if I want something, you already talked to me first, I'm going to call you so you get that commission. You need any help? You need help with anything? Yeah. I remember my mom used to go shop at like Dots. Or was like, how can I help you? And they're walking, oh, that looks good. Even when I worked at the cigar shop, I didn't like doing that. The guy that owns the place was like, oh, you should be. I go, no. I always make the interaction like, hey, I'm here in case you need something. Don't think I'm not acknowledging you. And I'll be right here off to the side if you need me to answer anything. But to be on top of your shit, sweating you, then it makes me not want to give you that purchase. I was like, get the fuck off me.
Right. No, I understand that. But again, it's a job. They were hired for that job. And they might not even want to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's obviously probably not their first choice of a career or a job at the time, but, you know, and I'm sure they don't want to do it to you either. You know what I mean? Like, but they get hired for that. That's like when their boss looks at them and looks on the floor and seeing what you're doing, that's, you know, they're going to check on you and do that.
Sure, when he has, there's some people that are just master sailors and swindlers. And before we get into some of these questions, and speaking of, and again, we're not selling you nothing. We're just offering you an awesome deal. So before we hop into these questions he's about to hop into.
It's not questions. It's people's first jobs.
People's first jobs, responses were received. We have to give you guys an offer. We're not selling you nothing. I'm not literally saying, hey, you listen to Bona Fide, buy this. We're letting you know, hey, you listen to Bona Fide, we got a hookup for you. And that hookup is coming from Manscaped.com. You guys ready? Support for Bona Fide Bullshit, the podcast, is brought to you by Manscaped. Who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming? Manscaped. Offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, and we have an exclusive offer for our listeners, as I just stated, 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code BONA, B-O-N-A, BONA, promo code BONA, B-O-N-A, at Manscaped.com. Like I said, we're not literally selling you something. We're telling you, hey, if you're going to go there and you're going to take advantage of Manscaped, take advantage of that 20% off and that free shipping.
It's
Get
worth
yourself
it.
that lawnmower. It is totally worth it. I know some dads this weekend, they got it as a Father's Day gift and they fucking love it.
So good.
So good. A matter of fact, after we're done filming today's episode, or recording, I should say, I got to get my ears trimmed up with the ear trimmer. Again, this shit goes by the fucking week. It is insane. It is insane. Thank God other areas don't grow like that, if you know what I mean. But if it did, I have Manscaped's no-nick technology in the palm of my hands. And so can you guys too as well. So make sure you guys head over to manscaped.com. Once again, use that promo code.
Don't let me catch you in the dark doing it. You know, it's my favorite.
You'll be able to see me because the lights like.
Yeah, it's my face. Yeah. It'll be like a halo.
That's what the light does when you turn on the mask.
It accentuates.
It accentuates.
But use that promo code and save your little pennies.
Yes. So let's hop into some of these first-time jobs.
Speaking of pennies and first-time jobs and saving the monies, so let's see a couple of these answers. I asked, what was your first job, obviously. One person said, selling drugs. And that's a really honest answer. And you know what? He probably made good money as a first job.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You definitely probably got spoiled.
I respect that.
He got spoiled where I'm making $4.15 an hour. He's probably making $415 every half an hour.
I respect that. There was another person that says, a drug dealer, a gift wrapper at Stratford Mall. It's a mall by us during Christmas. Someone said LA Tan.
So don't go through them so fast. Do we have a whole lot that we have to go through, or
no? Not too much. I mean,
so gift wrapper, doing that job. That's got to be. I'm horrible at fucking rapping.
I mean, it's not for everyone, for sure.
God bless all those people that are doing that all day because you see them at the mall. Once you're done, you can circle around and they're sitting there. And I didn't see it that prominent the last couple of years. I don't.
No, the last forever. I don't feel like it's a thing now. Like I remember, I used to one of my second what I call my real job that I got was at JCPenney's. My mom knew the manager. I got my first job. I got paid $6.30 an hour. I was super excited.
This is why I said let's not rescue this guy.
But anyways, they had a section there where, oh my god, I feel like so old even talking about this. There was a section in my day.
Okay, boomer.
There was a whole section like in the far corner of the store where like you could order from their catalog, and it was like a big catalog that would come in the mail. JCPenney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you would go and be like, "Hey, I want to order this." It was stuff that was not on the floor. God.
Yeah, my mom bought me and my brother matching
so
fucking
bad.
sweaters from there. She bought with like the, what do you call that? Where they do your signature?
Oh yeah, they put like your initials and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a word that they use.
Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she got us those from the Sears catalog. I remember her ordering other random shit from there and being like, it's finally here. I gotta go to the Brickyard to go pick up this up at Sears.
Yep. But anyways, in the same section was the gift wrapping section, where you could bring your presents and you could pay for them to wrap it, which is crazy to me. But yeah, that's how old or how long ago it was. I really don't think they do that anymore.
No,
I think maybe if you order something online, maybe from Macy's or something,
they'll give you like
or Nordstrom's, Neiman Marcus, somewhere like fancier.
Like a 12-pager, where and they're actually just showing you what they have or what you could get. But I think mostly with all the online-based stuff, like the king of catalogs was the Sears Robux catalog.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even buy guns.
The Sears
and
one
bullets
was
and
really good.
Horses,
I worked for Sears at one point.
Yeah, they were around forever.
I've had so many jobs.
But I think catalogs, like I even get stuff for cigars again, 12, 13 pager depending.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff you still get.
And, deals that are coming, but
not full on like I'm buying my
chunky,
whole
like ka-chunk.
Yeah. Huge.
I want item 938, 48738, 0308, none of that shit.
Yep. Item 1B. Okay, what else did we have? Someone said, our friend that we just saw said summer camp counselor. Can you picture that? You know what I'm talking about.
Summer camp
I can totally picture that.
You know what? I always, low key, like, I never went to summer camp. But in our neighborhood at Black Hawk Park, they always had it every summer. So we'd be kicking it at the pool on our own, or like, you were just riff rafting, obviously, with the boys. And I remember like, man, that looks like a good time. Like, they all got the matching shirt on. And then they have, like, this cool younger person that's with them and directing them. You're just kind of like, man. And you thought as you get older, you're like, man, maybe I'd like to do that. And I actually, a buddy of mine was doing it. And he's like, bro, it sucks. All these kids are disrespectful as shit. And it's like babysitting like 20 badass motherfuckers.
You mean you wanted to go to camp or you wanted to be the counselor?
The counselor. It looked kind of like low-key fun, I'm saying. Like, it was like, the camp looked cool and it looked fun. And then you start hearing all the other shit, which... bologna sandwiches every day, and they make you walk.
No, that definitely did not sound like a fun job to me at all.
I remember this.
I would have gone to camp, but not be a counselor.
You're like, oh, they get to
that
swim
sounds like a lot of work.
And hang out and yeah.
But not the counselor doesn't get to swim all day. He gets to babysit and watch all the kids.
But they
all
participate
day.
in the activities. At least when I used to see, like, they'll be when we would go to the pool. he or she would be with them in the pool, like, all right, guys, come on. Like, they weren't just, you know.
No, because when Martin used to go to camp, he's like too old for it now, but I would see there's like multiple of them when, they're going to watch the kids at the pool and we watch the kids at the splash pad or whatever.
Yeah, I guess
they're literally just watching and making sure like no one's drowning, getting hurt, like, killing each other, things of that nature. So that's a hard job, especially for someone who's like either in high school or just finishing high school, or a lot of them are like in college.
Yeah.
I think you really have to have either...
It's like a summer in between the job or summer I just came back home from college.
Or maybe you're going to major in something with kids, like teaching, education or something. Because if not, and you don't like kids, that's not the job for you. No. You're going to hate your life every single second of those 8 hours.
The summer that's supposed to be a break.
Yeah, exactly. So, let me see. Oh, one person, my friend said, besides babysitting, Dollar Tree, I had a girl come in with her pregnant friend asking if our pregnancy tests work.
That's always been like a big conspiracy. Does the dollar store treat pregnancy kids?
I remember when I first found out that there was pregnancy tests there, I was like, oh my God. Because listen, as women know, men too probably, pregnancy tests are not cheap. And usually when you're like getting them.
There's Plan B.
Yeah. You can always use Plan B. But usually when you're getting them, a lot of times maybe it's like an oopsie when you're younger or not even ready and you're like going to the store. And first of all, it's in the fucking thing. Like it's closed off and you have to ask someone to be like, hey, can I get a pregnancy test? I got to bring the fucking key, open the cabinet and give you the test that's like, I don't even know how much it was, but I feel like it was like $20, $30. And at that time I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to pay like $30 to find out if I'm pregnant. So now you could go to the dollar store and find out there.
Here's my 2 cents, bro and broette. If you're busy worried about the dollar store's pregnancy test is real, then you shouldn't be fucking.
Yeah, but like I said, they're accidents.
I'm saying, yeah, you shouldn't be. If you're gonna have to, if you're not gonna be able to fucking afford the Plan B to correct that oopsie, or go to an actual pharmacy to get you, because again, and I'm not taking away anything from this dollar store test because it could be right, but if you're sitting there questioning it, then you shouldn't be fucking doing it.
Everyone fucks.
Wait till you're financially stable before you say
no one fucks no one waits until they're financially stable to fuck. It's just not a thing. That's not a thing. No one says, wait till you have sex until you're financially stable.
They should.
No one says that.
I know.
They should, maybe.
I waited till I got married. I did everything right.
Thank God you didn't, or else you wouldn't know what you're doing. Then we have bigger problems in our marriage, so.
What else? There's obviously a bunch of retail. Retail's always a typical
There's a lot of retail. One said bussing tables at a local diner. And one person said Super K. You remember Super K?
Yeah.
We all remember Super K. We're both old enough for Super K.
Yeah.
The Blue Light Special.
Yeah.
We all know about that. So if you don't know about that, you're probably too young for this podcast.
If you know about the Super K Special, that means you also pulled out a Sears Roebuck catalog or a JCPenney's catalog and bought shit out of it.
Yeah. Oh man, Super K was the place. And then the one that we had by us had the Little Caesars.
I was going to say Little Caesars.
Yeah, Little Caesars. And it was always a little like, it was kind of trashy in there. I remember we would go and sometimes pick up their pizzas, but I felt like, this is what I remember, I felt like everything was sticky. Like the tables were sticky, you know what I mean?
So,
like, don't you think that?
We had the Kmart by the Brickyard in the city had...
Well, I don't know about the city one. I don't know about Bloomingdale.
There was two. The Kmart had Little Caesars in there. And then there was an actual stand, a storefront Little Caesars over on Cicero, and I think it's Diverse.
I felt the standalones were good. Like
and I think to me the type of service you got was different. Like I felt like the pizza was never ready at the Kmart. I felt like there was always a line of people in there. And like you're waiting and they seem more disgruntled at the Kmart one. Where you go into the stand, the actual stand, Little Caesar one where they have the actual storefront, I should say, couldn't call it stand. Storefront. On point, ready, boom, let's go, here goes your pizza, here goes your pizza. Pizza.
Whereas, the people who worked in Little Caesars at Kmart were hired to work for Kmart.
No, I think they would have Little Caesars shit on.
But then they might have been like, hey, guess what, you're hired, but you're working in the pizza area.
But that's like right now, like with Target and Pizza Hut. Target's got Pizza Hut, which they never seem to have pizza.
But they're Target employees.
Yeah, where they're not like a Pizza Hut employee, so it's weird. And then
you're maybe more comparing.
No,
towards
but Target
Starbucks,
at one point had an actual
Starbucks.
Pizza Hut employee with an apron on, whatever they would do. And now I think they flash microwave pizzas, and there's never shit available. I mean, I don't get it like I used to. Remember, I used to always want the breadsticks, but when we walk by, I'm like, man, that fucking breadstick station stay dry. And whether we were there at 10 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I think it's more
It's like why have it?
The Starbucks employees at Target.
And who the fuck is gonna eat? The other thing is, who's gonna eat popcorn? They both, Kmart and
kids.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
shopping?
I mean, I think I remember going to Kmart with my parents, and I would look forward to having a slushie.
The slushie I could see.
Yeah, you'd walk around.
You know, I remember
because
because you go playing around the clothes, and obviously I'm in the hood ones.
Yeah,
and you would throw the shit.
Yeah, you would find it. Yeah,
and I'll be like, "Dick, get the fuck out of there." That's what I told you, because you're gonna go messing around in there, and you're gonna get dirty.
Yeah.
Look, they threw that on there. Or you go by the toy section, and you're looking for toys, and they fucking put the slushie behind it, or spilled the. That was, for some reason, the color blue was always the one spilled. Yeah, I guess but the popcorn.
I don't know. Maybe a little snack, a cheap snack, so that your kid shuts up. You know, like now, if I go to Target, and I remember even when Eli was little, I would go to Starbucks, and he would be quiet.
That's why he had his age. He's waking me up at Saturday morning talking about, we gonna go to Starbucks? I want to get cookies. Don't forget my water.
Yeah, his coffee was an ice water. That's all he gets. He doesn't drink really.
Yeah,
he doesn't drink anything else.
So,
and then I would get him a cookie, and then he would be happy. He would sit in the cart and just, chill while, I shop. So I guess that's the newer version of when I used to go to Kmart with my mom, and she maybe would get me popcorn and a slushie to shut me up for a little bit.
You guys probably already have fucking snacks in the car. Snacks for on the way.
No, we would. I think we would eat at Little Caesars there. Like, I feel like I remember us sitting there.
I know there was a handful of times where we've sat. My mom's got the pizza. And then, but there's a reason. Like, it was like, we have to eat it now because we can't take this with us on the bus.
Yeah.
Like, so the struggle was real for us. My dad was doing his thing, working, whatever, and we was on the CTA bus. So I just remember her like being like, "We'll eat it, or else we gotta take it with us on the bus. Then you're gonna have to hold that all the way on the bus, going all the way down Fullerton." So then you're just like, "All right, we'll sit and we'll eat." Like, I always hated that and the laundromat, because then you have to go fucking push that big ass metal cart with the fucking clothes in it.
The laundromat is something I never experienced.
Yeah, because it wasn't until like the very, very late 90s when my mom started driving. Or had her own car and was driving, yeah. But yeah, otherwise we fucking lived on the CTA bus.
But isn't that funny? In the same aspect, we were also talking about this, I think, the other day, where, we had all these jobs, all these different experiences that made us have, the work ethic and, I don't know, knowledge and just like overall experience in life and people, that we have today. But then we know people who are, they're very well off, super well off. Where they haven't worked a day in their life. That's how like well off their family is. But then I started to wonder, God, that sounds great to have all that money and be that blessed and lucky to grow up like that. But in the same aspect, you have no life experiences. You know what I mean? That's gotta be, I don't know, there's gotta be something lacking in you as an adult and just experiencing life and growing up to be an adult and all that jazz and not know any of that.
It's like a give and take. This subject could be almost a whole episode in itself, because that's like, you have the person who's privileged, went to the good school, got the well education, it's gonna be well off, gonna go to get a good job, whatever. But then the simple things like the everyday survival task of life, they don't get. And it's funny that you even bring this up, because I actually had this conversation with a gentleman at my job, because there was another situation with another person that they tried to come at me a couple of different times, and I fucking shut it down. And he's like, man, you grasp on, or man, you kind of call it out. And I said, man, I'm the wrong motherfucker to fuck with. And I go, I don't mean that I'm going to come in this bitch and fucking turn it upside down. I go, I'm street educated as well as just basic educated. Do I come from I don't come from Ivy School, but I have enough schooling and learning from folks. But then I also learned stuff from a hard upbringing. So I'm like, I got to make sure both, and I can fucking read shit from a mile away. I'm the wrong motherfucker you're going to want to fuck with. I can always adapt to situations that I'm around and fucking fit right in. He's like, man, I didn't think about that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, again.
That's what I'm saying. I could not imagine not having all those experience or knowledge to even speak about it, or, with different walks of life.
Yeah, and you have those I don't mean to pigeonhole celebrities in per se, but that's the best example. Is like celebrities and
Yeah.
their kids, like they've been in a bubble. They've been getting everything they want, waiters,
Right.
butlers, the whole nine. And then when their kids are out, they're acting like assholes out in public, overdosing, doing wild shit,
Yeah,
having
totally.
fights, coming up on TMZ.
Because that's like all they
They don't
know.
know how to act, yeah.
That's all they know.
And it's somebody saving their ass.
And in our brains, it's like you were always like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish we were them. Oh, if only I won the lottery, blah, 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 what have you. But I couldn't imagine not having all this to take with me growing up, you know, teaching their kids, you know, the work ethic, the respect, the responsibility, all that shit that, you know, money doesn't grow on trees and all that other shit that our parents taught us. So, yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine not, you know, we met at work. I couldn't imagine not knowing what it was like to be in corporate, knowing and finding out that I don't belong in the corporate atmosphere. You know, there's so many different jobs that we have gone through, even in the short time that we have been together.
Yeah.
And but has gotten us to where we are today, where like now I'm in like sales and design, something I never thought I could do, never wanted to do, and here I am. So, you know, you just never fucking know. You don't know
where the cards are gonna fall, where the chips are gonna land,
or what your abilities are. Like if you don't have to work, you know, maybe you just don't because your family's well off, whatever. But then, do you ever know your potential of what you can do, what you can be? Like, you know what I mean? May never know. That's
you
what
may
I'm
never
saying.
know, and I've never been a big fan of it's too late. Like, it's never too late.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you could be 40, 50 years old and find your forever career and all of a sudden, you know, blow up. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Because there's people that have been doing the same thing that they, quote, might love or may like, and then they've been doing it for 40, 50 years, and they're like, I can't wait to stop doing this, you know? So, and then they think, I wish I would have tried this or I would have given this a shot. So, if you're not growing, you're not succeeding. That's always my thing.
Yeah, you always say that.
Yep. Well, it's been a pleasure to rock out with you guys for another great episode here on Bona Fide Bullshit, the podcast. Make sure you guys continue to rock out with us on all our social media platforms. Hit us up on the Instagrams, like all of our folks did, at bonafide_BS. We appreciate everybody that submitted a response to the jobs. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, we love hearing that. I get to continue asking more questions.
Yeah,
I love hearing that shit like that.
Keep them flowing. Make sure you guys go ahead and click like, subscribe, and
Bona Bell.
So you guys keep getting notified every time we show up on YouTube. All our podcast listeners already know you guys get notified when we launch a new show every Wednesdays at like 5 a.m. too. So for all those early
Does it come on at 5 a.m.?
Yeah, it launches right at like 5 a.m.
I should know this. It should notify me, but I don't see it. Even when I'm at the gym, I don't see.
5:15, 5:30.
So all you early risers like I am, you should just put it on.
That's what it's made, because you know, I know when you guys are going to get up in the morning and your first thing you do is you look, you'll be like, oh shit, brand new episode of Bona Fide.
Listen to while you drive to work, when you're making your coffee.
Having a quick quickie, whatever.
Like coffee talk.
Yeah.
Coffee talk.
Seas by the seashore? All right, y'all. Be good.
Peace out, bitches. We love y'all.